Grand Rising again. Welcome back to another episode of Discern from Nicole. So, I was in my car and I was thinking, boy, God is so good. He will use anything, anybody, any situation, any circumstance to get your attention and bring you back to Him. Because, sometimes we can be so hard-headed. God always speaks to you. It's just a matter of if you listen or not. I remember the day I got my DWI. I remember it clear as day. I walked out the house and I had got this cold chill. And this almost like somebody was holding me back to stop me. It stopped me in my tracks, y'all. It literally stopped me in my tracks. And then I was like, whew. And I shook it off and I went on about my business. You know what I'm saying? I was young. Like 21, 22, somewhere around there. I don't even know. And then, and my mother came to me later and said, I was going to talk to you that night because you were doing a lot. You were doing the most. And I was going to have a conversation with you. But you know what I'm saying? So that set me down for a minute. Then I was back at it. Whatever I was doing all out there and stuff. And then even now, I look back at before. Because we be so full of ourselves and so entitled and thinking we're invincible and all this and that, and God will be like, no, here, okay, I'm gonna throw this at you, or I'm gonna allow this to happen, and then you gonna come back to me, because this is where I need you in position to get what I need to get done here through you. And with me being homeless and all that kind of stuff, that was really my moment to where I was like, okay, God, I hear you, I see you. What do I gotta do? What do I gotta change? That was 2 years ago, right? Because I've been in this process for about that long, and I'm still in it. I'm not ever leaving it again. What? Y'all, for real. And my eyes are so open now. My spirit, it's, I can read you without reading you. I can put you through a series of tests with just a few questions. And I'll be able to let you know exactly where you are in your life by the answers you say. Because I've become a fruit inspector. And what do I mean by fruit inspector? Fruit inspector is someone that examines the fruit. We're all here to bear fruit, good and bad, but mainly good. But if you're bearing bad fruit, it'll show in the words you speak. What's in your heart comes out in your mouth, right? So it'll show in the words you speak, by the stuff you do, by the life you live. For example, how you always say, how you gonna tell me and you ain't even got it, right? Stuff like that, right? It's why would I take marriage advice from someone single? No. And then, just because you're married doesn't mean you're happy. So let me look at that. Just because you haven't never cheated on your wife or cheated on your husband doesn't mean, or you have things, you own a home, you have all of this, you look the part. Are you happy though? Are y'all flourishing? Or are y'all sleeping in separate bedrooms? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. You got to really examine, and you can ask a few questions to see. Hold on, my honey's calling me. Hold on, he got to wait because I got to get this out. But y'all, so really be mindful in this season, because it's going to be people coming across you, because I'm noticing this in my life, and I know I'm not the only one. So it's going to be people coming into your life, and things initially may sound good, and it may sound like what you prayed for, but guess what? You need to go to God with that, and you need to inspect that. And you need to ask the right questions to these people. Because that's what my husband did. He has always been that way. Even before we got married. He would get a vibe. There was this one girl I used to hang out with. And I hung out with this girl, a lot. And, well, it wasn't a lot. It was 3 times. But it was, consecutive. It was quick. I had just met her, and then, boom, we were hanging out. And I give people the benefit of the doubt. Well, I used to, anyway. And, he was just like, babe, I don't know. I mean, he's like, you can be cool with her, but she kind of, I don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean? You can't control me? Blah, 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 blah. I used to go in, right? But found out later, yeah, he was right. That's why I say that man hear from God. You know what I'm saying? He always has. But this is for somebody, because those it may not be for everybody, because some of y'all may already know how to do this, but if it is for you, it's gonna resonate, because like I said, that's what I had to go through and really realize and be like, okay, now where's your fruit? What are you talking about? Like, I can't talk to people that never owned a business about business stuff. I mean, I can, but for like, how is that going to, how are we going to serve each other? I mean, it's one thing if we're trying to do it together, but as far as to go ask them for advice and get help and make decisions on things, like, you know nothing about it. So why would I ask you? You know what I mean? Like, so whatever you're about to do, doing, getting ready to do, just be mindful of the people that you're coming in contact with, because, you know, just like God hears your prayers, the enemy does too. And he will send something that looks good, that looks the part. And sometimes if it's too good to be true, it probably is. If you feel that, if that resonates with you, then you might need to pray about it. Go to the Father and make a decision. And another thing, I heard, I finally listened to TD Jake's message. I forgot I was me. Y'all, I'm going to be breaking that whole thing down. I'm going to do a whole, like, thing on that, right? Because that was confirmation. Again, when I said it back a while ago, I was like, I forgot who the freak I was. And all of that was confirmation. It's like, we know exactly who we are, you know, when we're born, but then like life beats us up. So, and then it's a whole thing. So I'm gonna be talking about that. But he was talking about how God will never override your choices, because he gives us free will and free and choices to make. And so, you know, sorry y'all, I'm not looking, I'm driving, but you know, you can't get mad at God when you chose to make this decision and you didn't seek him first. That was me. I used to just make decisions like based on how I feel and all that kind of stuff. Your feelings will lie to you, will deceive you. And it's like, if you're broke and you're tired of being broke and you're blaming God, like, that's a choice. If you're sick, that's a choice. If you are, you know, in bad relationships or keep having bad relationships, those are choices. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to really examine within. I promise you, he will free you from all of that, because that's what he did to me. Like, y'all, people that knew me back then, like, they ain't gonna know me. They ain't gonna know me once God is almost finished with me. Because I say when he's finished, I'm gone. But, you know, when he's almost finished with me, like, once I'm completely transformed, like, nobody's gonna recognize me. They're gonna be like, Brittany? That Brittany that cannot be. Yeah. But the thing is, you know, all of it has worked together for my good. And like I said, I count it all joy, because I learned so much from all of it. And I'm going to be able to connect with people in a way that everybody can't connect. Because a lot of people, you know, like, for example, some people grew up with silver spoons in their mouths. Yeah, they can connect to those people, but can they connect to someone that's been homeless or has struggled or has been on public assistance? No, I can. Because growing up, yes, my life was, you know, good. We were like middle class, you know what I'm saying? But as far as my adult life, y'all, that's been a struggle, journey, all that. You know, and it was only up until recently that it got to that point, because I had started making decisions ahead of God. And that's what landed me there. But it was good for me, because he broke me down so that way I won't take my same mindset into the promised land. And we like right here, y'all. Like, we right, like the promised land, and then we like right there. Right there. Okay. But that's all I want to say. Use your discernment. Your spirit will tell you if you listen to it. If you ignore it, that's on you, and you go forward with something, okay. But just know there are consequences either way, good and bad. But I love y'all. Y'all take care. Peace.